Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the last lecture, we have learned about the product code. What is product code, and how it is detected. In the previous slides, we learned about single error. As you can see, when only one error has occurred. Now we are going to see what happens different cases of double error and triple error and four errors. Multiple errors if multiple errors occur. There are different scenarios. So in the first case, when the double error occurs in the same column, that is, we look over here. In this code word, the error has occurred. It has occurred in the third place of the bit. This third bit has toggled. In this code word, there is no error, but in this code word again, in the same third bit, the error has occurred. When the error, the decoder checks this code word, it finds error in this it finds error in this code word. It doesn't know the location of the error, but it knows that there is an error in this code word because the number of ones is odd, not even. So it marks this code word as an error code, and this code word is okay, and this code word is also marked as an error code. But decoder doesn't know in which number of bit the error has occurred. It only knows that there is an error in this code word, and there is an error in this code word as well. When it goes through this code word, it finds no error. When it goes through this code word, it finds no error, and when it goes through this code word, it finds no error. Now this is something interesting, because we have seen before that if the error occurs in even number of if the number of errors is even, then error is not detected in even parity. As you can see, there are two errors in this 7,6 code. So if you count the total number of ones, 1, 2, 3 and 4, the total number of ones is 4. So error is not detected in this code word over here, and the decoder is deceived, and this code word is also considered as correct received bits. So what happens is that although the decoder has found that there is error in this code word and then in this code word as well, but it does not know the location of the bit. It can only determine the location of the bit by if it detects the error in the vertical code word as well. So this one is detected but not corrected. Now it depends on the algorithm whether you want retransmission or whatever you want to do, but the thing is that this is a case where the error is detected but cannot be corrected, because only it detects the error has occurred, but it cannot determine its location because there are even number of errors in the code word, in the vertical code word for even parity. Now let's consider another example of double error. Here you can see that an error has occurred in this code word. It finds that there is error in this code word, and it finds there is an error in this code word as well. When it goes through this code word, it finds error over here as well again, and when it goes through this code word, it finds error at this location as well. Why? Because now the difference is that there the total number of errors is double in the previous slide over here, and this slide also, but here the error is detected and its location is also detected. What's the difference? Difference is that if you go through this code word, the number of errors in this one is odd. For this particular code word, it is odd, and in this location, for this code word, it is also odd. So the location is determined. Similarly over here, this is the number of errors in this code word is odd, and the number of errors in this code word is also odd. So since the number of errors in vertical and horizontal code words is odd, so the error is detected and corrected, or can be corrected, because its location is determined. But in this case, the location cannot be determined because the number of errors is even for parity check. So the main thing is that if the number of depends, the number of errors are even or odd. For this one, the number of errors is odd, so it is detected. If it had 3 errors over here, it would have been detected again, and if we had 3 errors like this over here, the point is that it must not be in the same line. For example, if there is error over here is detected, then it cannot be detected because of either in the horizontal code word or in the vertical code word. Now another case of 3 errors. Look over here, the error is detected because the number of ones is odd. Again over here, the number of errors is even, so this one is not detected. Go through this code word, the number of errors is even, it is again not detected, so only one error is detected, but its location cannot be determined because the number of errors in this column or this vertical code word is even. So again, in this case we can say the error is detected but cannot be corrected. Now we go through another example where we have got 4 errors. For this code word, the error is not detected because there are even number of errors. For this code word, the error is not detected because the number of errors is even. For this code word, the error is not detected because the number of errors is even, and again this code error is not detected in this code word because the number of errors is even. So as we can see here, in this case, although the error has occurred, the decoder is totally deceived. It neither can detect the error, and since it cannot detect the error, it cannot correct it as well. So in this scenario, the error is totally ignored. It is not detected by the decoder at all. Now let's go through Hamming code. That's another kind of channel coding. In Hamming codes, parity bits are determined from the information bits. Now these parity bits are not calculated on the basis of even or odd number of bits as in parity check code. So it is very much different from parity check code algorithm. Let's consider first in the class of Hamming code, that is 7, 4. The number of parity bits required are Rn minus k is equal to 7 minus 4 is equal to 3. So as we know that this for n this 7, 4 indicates n, 7 indicates n, and this 4 indicates k. N is the total length of the code word and 4 is the number of information bits. So how many parity bits we have to add in this case? That is 7 minus 4 is equal to 3. Given an information word I is equal to 1, I1, I2, I3, I4, then parity check bits are calculated in such a manner. First of all, here as you can see, this I1, the I2 and I3 are added using modulo 2 addition. Then I2, I3 and I4 are added using modulo 2 addition, and then I1, I2 and I4 are added using modulo 2 addition. As you can see, we have used 3 parity bits because we have to add 3 parity bits over here as it is calculated. So P1, P2 and P3 are the 3 parity bits to be added in the information bit, which makes it a 7, 4 code word. Appending the parity bits to the information word gives the code word. The method of appending the parity bit along with the information bit is very much similar as it was in parity check code method. The only difference is that now here we are adding 3 parity check bits or 3 parity bits instead of 1. For Hamming codes, R is greater than or equal to 3. It means Hamming code will not work for R is equal to 1 and or R is equal to 2. This is an important point. For a Hamming code, the block length n must be n raised to power 2r minus 1. So this is the condition for a Hamming code. What is the condition? There are 2 conditions. First condition is that the r must be greater than or equal to 3. So the number of bits which you are going to add in the Hamming code must be greater than 3. First point. Second point is that the n must be equal to 2 raised to power r minus 1. So for example, if r, we can say the r should be 3, then 2 raised power 3 is equal to 8 and minus 1 is equal to 7. Therefore, for r is equal to 3. So why did we consider 7 comma 4? Because this is the beginning of the Hamming code. You cannot have any Hamming code having r is equal to 1 or r is equal to 2. So the very first Hamming code is 7 comma 4. Why? Because the r must be greater than or equal to 3. So having r equal to 3, the n is equal to 7, and so the information bit is equal to 4. So therefore the first Hamming code is 7 comma 4. Then the next valid Hamming code is 15 comma 11. You cannot have, there are specified or specific valid Hamming codes. You cannot have any number of parity bits added in information bits. There is a given formula or given restriction, and the restriction is that if you want to add 3 parity bits, then the code word length must be at least 15, and it means that the information bit length must be at least 15 minus 11. So for r is equal to 5, the code word length is 31 and information bits are 26, and for r is equal to 4, the information bits are 11 and code word length is 15, and for r is equal to 6, information bits are 57 and code word length is 63, and we can keep going on like this. Now the point is that how many parity bits we have to add. As many parity bits we add, the stronger or the more robust the channel coding is. Let's assume the 4-bit information is 1011. Then how do we calculate it? The first parity bit is calculated as this 1, 0 and 1 are added using modulo 2, so the answer is 0. For parity 2, 0, 1, 1 are added using modulo 2 addition, and then I1, I2 and I4, and this first one, second one and fourth one are added using modulo 2 addition, and then the result is 0. So the code word is 10110000. Now decoding of Hamming code. For 7,4 code, at the decoding stage, the received word is V is equal to V1, V2, V3, V4, V5, V6, V7. What we are saying is that the received code word, we are just saying the C is replaced by this V, where V1 is equal to I1, V2 is equal to I2, V3 is equal to I3, V4 is equal to I4, V5 is equal to P1, V6 is equal to P2, and V7 is equal to P3. If no error occurs, the decoder determines 3 parity checksums. S1 is equal to calculated as V1 plus V2 plus 3 plus V5. So what it does is simply use the same, the received bits are added in the same pattern and or using the same configuration, and then only simply we add it with that its own parity. So we get the, if the answer is 0, then it means no error has occurred. From the parity checksums, we define S is equal to S1, S2 and S3, where S is called error syndrome or syndrome of V. S is equal to 0, 0, 0 if no error occurs.